Well, good morning, everyone. Thomas Montgomery. It's great to be with you this Wednesday morning. Today is June 12th, 2024, and we're going to talk about some new real estate lender partners that we've developed. What I don't want you to do is to think, oh, this is some different program. It's not a different program. Each of you, I believe, are affiliates. If not, you're welcome to become an affiliate. Each of you should have a landing page that looks like this landing page here in the background. Hopefully my screen is shared with you so you see the free funding proposal. When we talk about real estate, it's a specific use of funds. So someone could come to you and they maybe want to buy a franchise or start a franchise. Maybe they want to buy an existing business. Maybe they need working capital. Maybe they need company automobiles. Maybe they need real estate financing or a combination. So it is a specific use of funds, but don't be confused to think, oh, this is a new program. It's not a new program. And as I'll describe, what you'll do when you have individuals that are looking for funding for whatever use of funds, you just bring them to your landing page. But we'll get to that in a moment. So we're going to talk about real estate financing discussion. Now, of course, real estate financing is not a new topic, but sometimes there are outliers in the types of loan programs that exist in the marketplace. Those outliers are non-traditional funding solutions can open up the market and help people get funding that wouldn't have normally. And that's what we have today to talk about. So again, going down on the left side here. So through the free funding proposal access to capital program, we can assist entrepreneurs obtain a minimum of 100,000 to start or grow a business. What that money is used for is up to them. It could be real estate, and if it's real estate related, then today's topic is extraordinarily relevant. Background. So the use of funds can be used for many purposes. And as I mentioned, real estate's just one example. We have two. We started with one, but before the day ended yesterday, we ended up with two new real estate partnerships. So let's get our arms around with what types of transactions you and I can now help clients with. Fix and flips, buy and hold. So I guess you all probably know the difference between the two, but let's just explain. So fix and flip is typically where the investor finds a property, buys the property, rehabs the property, usually, maybe a little bit of rehab, maybe a lot of rehab, and then turns around and resells it. That's different than buy and hold, where you're obtaining property with the intention to keep it for some longer period of time. With our new lending partners, we can do 100%, which we'll get to in a moment, 100% financing. That's very unusual. Normally, it's like an 80-20 split. So one of the two lenders will finance not only 100% of the real estate acquisition, but also 100% of the rehab costs. Incredible. But let's continue down the list. So what are different types of categories of financing that you and I can help with now through our same affiliate link that you have? The fix and flips, buy and hold, new construction. That's kind of evident. That means the building doesn't exist yet, right? So the land needs to be purchased and then money needs to be borrowed to construct something. It can be used for single family homes, a standalone house, if you will, or multifamily, like apartment complexes, or commercial properties, whether it be office buildings or gas stations or grocery stores or strip malls or so forth. And then the last category, I believe, is short-term rental. This is like an Airbnb where the client purchases a property with the intent to offer it to others to rent on a daily or weekly basis. So those, I believe, are the categories that we now have access to. Again, it's all about this being an outlier. So we're going to talk about what makes this unique as we continue on. So let me scroll down here. All right, so there's some unique options that are not available elsewhere. So through a variety of different lending programs. So we have two new lending partners, but each of those lending partners have multiple programs. So with that being said, that there's not just one or two options. There's lots of different options because, in fact, how they approach financing fix and flips is different than buy and hold, right? Because fix and flip means it's going to normally be short-term financing, and there's usually going to be some rehab cost, where buy and hold, of course, would be long-term financing. So different lenders, different loan programs. But we have some really interesting outlying or outlier attributes. So as I mentioned a moment ago, and this is a really big deal, if you have clients that want to get into the real estate industry, but they don't have their portion to buy property, now that doesn't need to be a barrier. Now we can literally do 100% financing. One of the lenders has a program with no minimum credit requirements, same day, next day approvals. There's options for interest only payments. One of the two lenders has a promotion going on where there's no principal payments for the first 12 months. So that really helps the client's cash flow because they don't have to make those principal payments for 12 months. Currently, based upon the information we receive from our two new partners, the maximum we can do at this time is 10 million, but that's still a pretty large amount. So let me pause for a moment and let's see if there's any questions. You can type your questions, comments, concerns into the Q&A. We have more to go through, but while we're waiting for those of you to type your questions or comments, a couple things. I know some of you are going to start asking, well, how do I market this? Well, it's like anything. You need to figure out who your target market is. But a great target market are renters, right? Think of anyone in your community that's currently renting. So as an individual and or as a family member, would they prefer to own a home, have their payments go towards paying their mortgage versus someone else's, building equity, right? Because real estate is probably the core wealth building attribute for most people's personal financial gain. And so anyone that's a renter should be interested, even if they're not a business owner, even if they're not thinking about owning a business, we can educate them how we can help them form a business and the business can buy the property. Because what we're not doing here is consumer mortgages. I'm not licensed, and I think most of you are not. There's a few exceptions. So we're talking about business financing. So anyone that's renting is a great target audience, right? And so how do you find renters? Find an apartment complex, not hard to find. Find a mobile home or what's now called a manufactured home community, not hard to find. I know personally when we first did this about 10 years ago, when we first launched our first real estate program, I would go into apartment complexes and I would do a workshop in the community center. And I know you think, well, why would an apartment complex let you come in and try to recruit their residents? Because apartment complexes know there's a flow. Most people don't come into an apartment and stay in that same complex forever. So the more value add they have, the more attractive, the more they can attract. Some of the apartment complexes would even contribute towards closing costs for their renters when they moved out. And that's more of an advanced strategy. But the bottom line is finding renters is easy. So if any of you are affiliates and you're not doing really well, there's a few. So there's the bell curve, right? So there's some of you that's knocking it out of the park. And then there's some of you that are really struggling. Well, maybe this is what you needed because now you have a very specific, tangible deliverable to go talk to people about. Hey, let's get you real estate financing. So in addition to the target market, you can also go to referral sources, realtors. Hey, Joe or Betty, you're a realtor. Do you ever have any clients that you can't get approved for financing? Great. So let's get back over here, but I was giving you a moment to answer to post any questions. So Trevor's asking about requirements. So all you need to know, Trevor, and the rest of you, is drive people into your landing page, right? Because we take care of working with the client and getting them qualified. And we guarantee to do it, right? You know that by you bringing people in to the free funding proposal, we're going to get them their first tranche right away, and then we're going to help them qualify for the funding that they want or need. So we do that work. You don't need to filter people. Trevor, you just find people that have a problem and you drive them to your landing page and we do all the work. Because you're right, there's different underwriting criteria for different programs, for SBA, non-SBA, for fix and flips, for buy and hold. So yeah, so there it's very complicated. But as an affiliate, you don't need to be bogged down with the complication. All you need to be competent to do is to refer people to your landing page. And every one of you should have a landing page that looks like this. If not, you need to let us know. Deandra asked, and so yeah, and this is something that I struggle with because I'm not very effective. When we talk about these different resources, it's not somehow a different process for you, Deandra, than it is for anyone else. Go to your landing page if you're interested in real estate financing. We have more to talk about, of course, but it's the same process. This is the start of the funnel, bringing people through your landing page. All right, and then David asked, property's gonna so this is about buying real estate in the business's name and getting business financing. Won't show on personal credit. This is about business purchased real estate. All right, so with that being said, let's continue on. So scroll on down here. So why is this a big deal? Stop there. So why is this a big deal? Well, you can now help anyone with real estate because real estate is probably one of the biggest divisions in our society of haves and have-nots. Now, that's not a universal truth. There's some people that could afford real estate that don't want to own, they don't want the responsibility. But in general, the haves own real estate. In our society in general, the have-nots rent real estate from the haves. You and I have the great equalizer. Now, anyone can own real estate. And we talked about the different categories. It could be a single family house. It could be a multi-family complex. It could be a commercial property. And no, the business, so the business is going to buy the real estate. The business is going to own the real estate. That's what allows this to work and be applicable to a broader audience. But I know it works. I mean, we bought our commercial building and the business had no established business credit. The business was less than 1 month old. So it absolutely works. Okay, so why is this a big deal? So you can help anyone own real estate. We talked about the big deal. And so by helping empower people to own real estate, whether it be residential or commercial, you're tremendously helping the minority and underserved populations that statistically have lower real estate ownership than others. So this just expanded your target audience. I mean, just as we talked about over here a moment ago, just find anyone that's a renter, and it's not hard to find them. They're paying a mortgage, right? I think you and I would agree. People that rent are paying a mortgage, but they're paying someone else's mortgage, not their own mortgage. They're not getting the benefits of the growth of value of that property. They're lacking the stability. So again, rather it's a single family home for them and their family to live in, investment property, commercial properties, this works. So the bottom line is they can buy a home through their company. Oh no, this isn't going to work. These people don't have a company. Well, great. We'll help them form a company, right? That's not an obstacle. It's a step in the process, but it's not an obstacle. And then when the business owns the property, what are the benefits? Well, number one, they can qualify for financing. Number two, now all the expenses, the mortgage, the insurance, the utilities, everything is 100% tax deductible. Plus, having the business own the property limits their liability. So again, I know there's kind of two categories. You might have people that are just looking to stop renting themselves and own a home, and this can help them. That's a huge target market. And then there are other people that want to own commercial real estate. So two different categories there, I realize. So what's the process? And again, this is what's key for you to understand. This is not some dramatically different process. Well, you need to find someone that's a prospect, right? Someone that would like to own real estate. And so you could run ads, you could talk to people. It's up to you. You could ask, "Hey, would you like to add to your real estate portfolio with guaranteed financing? Would you rather own your home versus rent?" But obviously, the first step is you have to come up with a prospect, but that's not very hard to do. And as we talked about a moment ago, you can get referral partners to refer to you. You could do ads, you could ask around, but that's your goal. Your role in this is to generate awareness. So then what they're going to do is they're going to complete the same as anyone else, because real estate, again, is just an example of the use of funds. It's not a different process. So you're going to drive them to your landing page, and they're going to fill out your landing page. So we're going to work with them to get their initial offers, what we call first tranche. And then from there, we'll work with them to qualify for the larger capital raise, whether it be working capital to start or grow a business, real estate financing, whatever it is. That's our role as an affiliate. Simple. Refer people into your landing page. Number four, you get paid 5% of the transaction. And that's not bad, because if you talk to a lot of realtors in the marketplace, a lot of them no longer are making 5%. So if it's a $100,000 real estate purchase, you make 5,000. If it's $1 million real estate purchase, you make 50,000. So it's a big deal. And then, as I mentioned earlier, and this is a little bit more of an advanced topic that I'm hesitant to bring up, but I just at least want to plant the seed. Going and teaching workshops, homeowner workshops at apartment complexes and manufactured home communities is incredible. Now, I'll give you an example. Let me open a new web browser, and we're going to type in Yes Communities. If you're not familiar with Yes, you're missing out. So Yes is a really innovative business model. So they go out and they buy mobile home, manufactured home communities, and you can find, let's see, where all they have locations here. And they have a bunch of locations. You have to do some filters, but let's see, let's put in Las Vegas, I guess. But the bottom line is that they have communities all across the country. And each of these communities have a combination of rental units and owned units. And you could hypothetically go into the property manager of any of these communities, click on it, and say, "Hey, we'd like to set up a workshop here at your community to help increase home ownership." And they would welcome that most likely, because the renters they have, they would rather not have renters. They would rather have people purchase the unit that they're in. So Yes Communities is a gold mine if you just simply don't know where to go. And they have the combination of housing and the prospects, because the people that are in a rental unit now, Yes, would love to sell that unit to the renter. And so you could facilitate that, for example. All right, so let's go back to where we were. So lots of ways to get the word out, but that's really where you come into play. And of course, if you need to reach us, you have our phone number, the website to get set up, so you get a landing page, and then our email. Let's go back over to the how to market. So one of the first things you'd need to do is, if you wanted to monetize this, we need to figure out, who are you trying to reach? Are you trying to reach renters? Are you trying to reach investors? Who is it you're trying to reach? Or are you trying to reach the referral market? We've covered how much you get paid. And then as far as, well, where do you find real estate? So let's go back to that. So let's say that we don't know where to find some real estate to buy. So we can go to loopnet.com. Again, we can go for sale. We can go to Las Vegas, and you can do this on your own and find, but loopnet.com lists real estate that's for sale. It's not the only place to check, and we're waiting for it to populate. That's residential there, but well, no, I guess this is it. The map's slowly populating. So, for instance, maybe someone wants to buy this logistics center. Not much about that. Maybe they want to buy this office building. Maybe they want to buy this retail mixed property. Looks like land. So there's all kinds of places that are available to buy. Now this is not the exclusive list of real estate for sale, but loopnet.com is a great place to go find real estate if you don't know where to look for commercial property. And then when you get to residential property, of course, you can go to Trulia or Zillow or those types of properties. And again, we could type in Las Vegas, Nevada to find houses for sale. And so then we could buy any of these houses to live in ourselves. There's a nice one. All right, Timothy's asking about the Venmo. Not Venmo, but the Airbnb. So, or the Verbo, I guess is what he said. So, for instance, you could go to Miami, Florida, and we could go look for some high rises, right? And so we could even buy units in high rises, use it when you want, and then rent it out through like Airbnb. So, yeah, I mean, it's not hard to find property, right? And that's not really my role here. I'm showing that you and I now have a new way to help people buy the properties that they want to own. All right, so again, we got to make sure that you have your landing page. If you don't have your landing page, it's broken, right? The whole system's broken because you're not able to monetize this. So make sure that you have a landing page. It should look just like this. If you don't have it, it's crucial that you get with us. And our contact information is right down here. Hopefully you see that. 903-200-8781. To get your landing page, you go to makingmillionaires.org and we get you set up to have a landing page, or you can email us. So let's go ahead and open it up for questions, comments, concerns. It may be that this has a more important underlying message, which is that there are different uses of funds, right? It could be to buy a business, to start a business, but it also can be, we're talking about use of funds here, but it also simply can be real estate. But again, you and I are together, we only can help people buy real estate through their business, because people that buy real estate as individuals, those are called consumer mortgages. That's a different outlet. That's not what we do. We're not licensed. Maybe you are, but we're not licensed to do that. But there are many benefits of buying real estate through a business. And even if they don't have a business, we can help them create a business. From your world, you need to create awareness, and I don't think that'll be difficult. That's what you bring to the table. As an affiliate, you create awareness, and then you drive them into your landing page, and we pick it up and run it from there. We'll get them their first tranche. You'll be paid 5% off their first tranche. We'll help them get ready for the larger capital raise, whatever it may be, and you get paid 5% of the bigger amount. Let's see. Doug's talking about loan size. So that's right, Doug. I mean, that math is pretty powerful. So if you had a client that got 10 million and you got 5% of 10 million, that is a big payday. It's a big payday. Herman's asking, can we help clients buy multiple properties? Absolutely. There's so many benefits of doing this through the business that a business isn't constrained by buying one property. They could buy two or three or four or five or multiple. So it's great. Eric says that he's going to approach property management companies. Okay, that's fine. He's going to purchase over 20,000 structures. Well, there we go. Karen asked, and Karen's question is similar to the one earlier from whomever, I think it was Deandra. Yeah, the process is the same for you all, for me, for anyone, right? The process is the same. So we need to come through the landing page, and then we get first tranche, and then we build the file to qualify for whatever the end goal is. That's what we do. So yes, you're welcome to do it as an affiliate, as well as helping clients go through the process. Anika asked a really good question about the payment plan. So the payment plan will differ. And so one of the things you and I have to understand is you and I are not the lenders, right? So we really shouldn't be quoting what the payment plan will be because we're not the lender. We're not a bank. We're not a lender. We're helping facilitate. We're technical advisors helping people qualify. So with that being said, each client will get an offer and then the client can accept or reject that offer. But of course, let's take the fix and flips. I mean, these are temporary purchases, right? The investor is buying the property for a short period of time with the intent to flip it. So this will be a short-term financing, let's say a year on average. That's different than a buy and hold, right? Or when we're buying uh, which would be an example, buy and hold, a single family home or a multifamily apartment complex or commercial properties. These often are 20 or 30-year repayment terms, right? So depending upon how the money is going to be used, the type of property, then the repayment terms will vary, of course. As far as the specifics, my goal today isn't to bog you down with too much specifics. It's to create awareness, maybe even excitement, that if you didn't know that one of the uses of funds that you and I can help people with of real estate exists, it exists, and it's a big deal, and it's something that a lot of people are motivated to purchase. Maybe it's just simply they want to stop renting themselves, or maybe they want to start accumulating real estate to generate income and build wealth. Maybe they have a need to buy a commercial building. It's up to them what their need is. My point is that I think now we can accommodate assisting them with some unique attributes. And all you need to do is refer people in to your landing page. It's beautiful. Anika asked, do they have to have good credit on personal side? So different lenders, different loan programs, but some of them literally have no minimum personal credit requirements. So I think you're trying too hard, Anika. Here you are trying to profile and restrict out people. You don't need to do that. What you need to do, in my opinion, is drive people to your landing page, allow us to do the work, and you make your 5%. You know you're going to make at least $5,000 for each person you refer in that goes through because each individual is guaranteed a minimum of 100,000. Well, 5% of 100,000 is 5,000. So let us do the work. You do what you're good at. Create awareness, create excitement, drive them to your landing page. All right, we're almost to the bottom of the hour. I think I covered everything. So again, it's just more of the same. Let's go help more people. Let's go build financial literacy and let's make money together by helping people accomplish what they want. All you need to do is make sure you have your landing page. If you don't have your landing page, something's wrong, something's broken. Let's make sure you have your landing page and drive people to your landing page. It's simple. Faze asks question mark. Well, I don't know what question mark means, Faze, but we all need to have a landing page. We provide free landing pages. If you're set up as an affiliate, you get a free landing page. If you want to be a master affiliate, you can be a master affiliate for free. And then you can have sub-affiliates underneath you that have a landing page, and you make an override from all of their production. If you're making 2 points override on $1 million project, that's $20,000 for a deal that you weren't even involved with. So it's not MLM, not network marketing, but override income is powerful. So at some point, the ball's in your court. So now you're aware that we can do real estate financing, the types, some of the unique attributes. Let's go make it happen. Let's stop making excuses, and let's go out and feed people into your funnel. Our team will do the work. You make a really nice 5% off of each deal. The typical affiliate does this on a very part-time basis, but the typical affiliate refers in a deal a day. Now do the math. 5,000 times 20 work days in a month, assuming we take weekends and holidays off. If an extra 100,000 of essentially passive income would work for you, let's do this, right? We need to stop making excuses and take action. And it's real simple. All right, well, let us know if you need anything. Again, you have our contact information, and we will see you back tomorrow morning to talk about more tips, strategies, and success stories. Let's make sure that you make at least 100,000 as an affiliate in the month of June. Thanks, everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye.